Boy.
We are now standing at 3.2 billion liters. And our export earnings have moved from 20 million US dollars to now 120 something US dollars. We used to be net importer of dairy products. Now it has changed. We are net exporter of dairy products. Now, if you look at the balance sheet, we imported in 2021, we imported the dairy products of $4 million. But our export was 102 million US dollars. Now the question is, which those products did we import that we are not making here? And this was mainly cheese. So what we are doing here, we are also encouraging people to make cheese so that even the 4 million, we don't lose it. Instead, we earn more from cheese.
Over the years, NAADS has been supporting farmers with heifers to be improved heifers to be able to increase milk production. And as milk production increased, we have been supporting farmers with the milk coolers countrywide. Now, with increased collection capacity, our next stage of intervention was to add value. That is, produce items like yogurt, cheese, pasteurized milk, and other products. As you know, the dairy value chain is one of the biggest value chains in Uganda. And as such, as a ministry and as NAADS, we are focusing on strengthening this value chain. As you have heard the minister saying, milk production has grown. Now we are producing 3.2 billion liters. Now, if we don't move in quickly to intervene in terms of handling this milk, we are likely to lose this milk. Milk is a highly perishable commodity, And unless we do everything possible to make sure that the handling is catered for, then we would be losing money in billions. That is why, as NADS, we are placing milk coolers at strategic locations where we have milk production increasing year in, year out. You saw us in Chankwanzi, in Bukomero, in Kiruhura, in Kazo, now we are here in Bushenyi. Because these are the areas, according to statistics, that are producing more milk than other parts of the country. And you can see we have a mixture of models. What you saw in Sanga, we are working with cooperatives. But here, we are working with what you would call a model farmer. This is a farmer here whom we would call a one-stop center. This is a farmer who produces his own milk, but also buys milk from farmers around, and then adds value to this milk and exports it. So what we are doing here is not just supporting an individual. We are supporting an individual so this individual can support other farmers. So this cooler that we have brought here, it can be seen as kiruhura farm milk cooler, but this milk cooler is also providing market for the farmers around.
Chiboga Livestock Farmers Cooperative, we have received a tractor for cultivation, and yes, from NADS. We have also received a milking shearing machine like this one, and Chiboga Livestock Farmers Cooperative. So far we have received 3 from NADS program. It has helped farmers and it has improved their lives. With milk that is collected to the different centers, chilled and transported to the processors, then they get money out of that, which has improved the lives of farmers. We have numerous challenges in the dairy sector, but one of them is water, especially with dry spells. These farmers face a problem of getting, or a challenge of getting water for their animals. And government has been promoting the program for valley tanks. But these days, valley tanks are rendered non-beneficial to most of the farmers. With the coming in of, let's say, foot and mouth disease, lumpy skin and the rest, or even other tick-borne diseases, where government has constructed these valley tanks, farmers cannot allow others to access these valley tanks where they are constructed, for instance, when they are having such diseases in the different farms. Now, on private property? Yes, because they are constructed on private farms. Now, our recommendation, which can be taken as a government policy these days, is go for production wells and have piped water systems that are solar driven. You pipe water into different farms, which is cost effective, because a valley tank can cost over 700 millions. But when you go for a production well, it is less than 100 millions. And you can pipe that water to the different farms, then have water reservoirs next to the main road where farmers can bring in their water tanks, fetch water, take them to take water to their farms. In other words, it is cost effective and more beneficial to the farmers than having a valley tank constructed on my land, but I cannot allow other farmers to come and access water from my own land.
So here what we do is that we work with cooperatives, farmers cooperatives who are organized together in groups, and we support them with such equipment so they're able to buy the milk, process it, and go to the market. And as you have heard, we are trying to promote local consumption of milk here. In Chankwanzi, for example, here, you heard the mayor talking of promoting consumption of yogurt, consumption of pasteurized milk here. Rather than consuming sodas in weddings or functions, our aim is to first of all capture the local market, make sure we promote consumption of milk and milk products because they are very healthy. But also, as you have heard, there is market in Hoima, Masindi, and also as far as Kampala. So the market is immense, locally, without even thinking of external markets. So our aim is to make sure that we increase the value that farmers get out of their milk. When they sell raw milk, the returns are low. But if they add value, the returns are higher and they gain as families and households. So our aim is to increase returns to farmers by adding value to their milk. We do an assessment. First of all, we assess production levels. We assess capacity of the groups to manage such interventions, but also acceptability. Are farmers willing to provide the milk? Are farmers embracing the whole project? So we do a whole detailed, comprehensive assessment before we come in. And I can assure you here, you have seen the enthusiasm, you have seen the people, the attendance, and above all, the local leaders. You saw the mayor here, you saw the whole council here of the town council. So the leadership and the farmers are in support of this project, and I have no doubt that this is a successful intervention. And we also have other government agencies. You have seen DDA here. DDA is helping a great deal in areas of regulation. They have trained them. They are helping them to meet the standards as you have seen. And the DDA has also promised they are going to help them to get approved by UNBS so that they can have, the famous Q mark, which can help them to access other external markets.